And I was 2 bands away from getting, bro, whole barbershop, bro. Yeah. Oh, my mama, bro. Peanut gonna call my phone talking about, I just got paid. I looked at the phone. You just got paid? What? Man, where the dice at? I'm ready to shoot. We can roll. Last time I shot with him, $1,300 in my pocket. Easy.
Off top?
Off top. Easy.
So what happened?
What happened? Man, Peanut is what happened. Had me hot on my mama, hot. 7, 7, 7, 7. Back to back to back to back. Bro, I was mad. He was all in my bag, in my pockets, in my whole Duffy. I was ready to get out.
Basically what E is saying, he saved up his money to get a local barbershop. He then made a friendly business wager with Peanut in hopes to secure more money for his business, but eventually losing it all with one roll of the dice. Ray, what you think?
I think volatility is his problem, and I don't think he understands how to compound his talent and how to compound his money. What I mean is, if you just take big bets like that, you'll blow it all. You should invest in yourself, man, and then you learn more, and then when you learn more, you also make more money, and it compounds. You could have 2 barbershops, you could have 10 businesses if you know how to compound.
Basically, bro, what he's saying is, slow money wins the race. You can still have a big upside even if you don't throw all your chips in the bag. Invest in yourself. Leave them dice alone. You don't need to invest in the dice. That's gonna ruin everything. Spread your money out. Let it build for yourself and work gradually, slowly. Anybody that's ever made a lot of money didn't make it fast. You feel me?
Feel you.
Off top.
You'll be surprised to know that a vast majority of the successful business moguls you know today are rappers. From Jay-Z, who had a remarkable streets of Brooklyn to Wall Street transformation with a net worth of over $2.5 billion, and then 50 Cent, who transformed his rap career into a business empire. Today, we are going to listen to some good business advice. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was more than just an artist. He was a visionary who understood the power of ownership, community, and long-term strategy.
It's a formula, and then it's also some things that's intangible. To own something is very important. To understand investment, to understand living within your means or under your means. But then it's people that consume so fast that it's hard to even get ahead. That's the direction we walking toward, is becoming wealthy to the level that it's not gonna go away.
Educate yourself, obviously. Don't just follow what nobody say, but I feel like, to get in Apple really early, right, or to get in Uber, or to get in any one of these companies that ended up becoming so major, right, you hear them stories about how beneficial being early was. And so I just wanted to be vocal about the opportunity and just let everybody hear somebody that's in rap and that's in hip hop talking about it, so it'll hit their consciousness, and if anything, they just go do their research about it. The traditional business model, we leave a lot of that value on the table. So you gotta create your own way to get that value and to monetize, what you're doing, because it's more than one way to skin a cat.
But the energy is always gonna return to you. So when you just living in this cycle of being negative all day and just putting out negativity, and that's the only energy you putting out, it's gonna return to you in different form than you put it out in. So I would just say, master your energy. Do your best to master your energy and what you put out, because you entitled to whatever you want to create, whatever experience you want to create for yourself. But if you're tired of that shit, adjust the energy. As best you can. Adjust what you wake up thinking and what you say. And then lastly, what you do.
From his early days on the streets of Crenshaw to becoming a cultural icon, Nipsey took deliberate steps that transformed his dreams into a legacy. That's why his words of advice carry weight.
Just have a little bit of a comfort that I don't have. I don't feel comfortable unless I know I went above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, charismatic and happy. Nah, I gotta make sure, we setting up some type of wealth, because we might have a little bag right now, but we know a lot of people had a bag right now, and they ended up bad.
Benny the Butcher. Coming from the streets of Buffalo to becoming a key player in the rap game, Benny's journey is all about grit and determination.
And so now, Benny, for that next guy that's in Buffalo, that seen Griselda turned up like y'all done turned up, what advice do you got for that man?
Man, I gotta tell him, make sure you putting out quality work.
Come on.
Put your life into it. Don't expect people to support you just because you do it. This is not a charity game. This rap business, this is not a charity. People's not going to buy it just because they want to help you. You got to make sure your stuff is the dopest stuff out there. You got to work with the best producers that you can afford. You got to work with the best videographers that you can afford. You have to travel. You have to hit the road. You got to get a team. You got to do everything in your power to make it over to this overside of the fence, because it's beautiful over here.
Exactly.
Whatever you got to do, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be about that. Even if you got to quit your job, you got to have your girl bagging up CDs. You got to have your side chick bagging up CDs. You got to have your homies, you know what I'm saying? Your same plug who used to try to front you, now have him pay for a video for you. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be like timid about this, because this is your life, this is your future, this is $1 billion industry, and tap in, because it's dudes who will never sign a record deal. It's dudes who will never have a hit on the radio, and they still driving $100,000 cars and they own homes and they getting money. So you got to put your all into it. I don't know what that is, man, but put your all into it, grind, and make sure everything is quality, man. Man, you know how much money you gonna make if you make it to what you trying to do? You gotta put your all into it. Yeah, go broke for it, because you're investing in yourself. Don't be dumb about it, but invest in yourself. Once you start taking your career seriously and start making quality moves and start building up a team, trustworthy dudes, it don't gotta be your cousin or your dude who you went to school with. It could be somebody who you just met yesterday who could do the job. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is business. And you just gotta go for broke, man.
As somebody who started accumulating money at a very young age, what advice would you give to young people about the need to accumulate money early? Or is there anything that you did wrong in the early years that you would advise people to avoid?
I did a lot of things wrong. May I have a piece of paper?
I'm sorry, sir.
May I have a piece of paper? Blank sheet of paper. Can I rip it?
Go ahead.
All right. Children, young guys coming to a lot of money. This is $100. What you want to do is you want to rip the 100 in half. 50. Save it. Don't even touch it. Invest. Put it away. Don't even look at it. Now you got 50 left. Now the smart people, the real smart people, the billionaires of the world, they'll take half of that 50, put all of that away. This right here, have fun. You want to buy houses, you want to buy cars, you want to buy planes, you want to travel. This right here is what you have fun with. This right here is what you need for when you retire. So you invest, you put it away, you save it, you don't touch it. This is the house money. This is what you play with.
Busta Rhymes. For Busta, it's about never giving up, pushing through every obstacle with determination and passion. In his interview with Jazzy's World TV, Busta Rhymes drops some powerful wisdom.
So how does separating yourself from trends help you become successful as a musician?
I think a lot of my success I gotta attribute to hard work, being consistent, being determined, being committed. It's almost like you gotta be crazy about how much you believe in yourself, because nobody's gonna believe in you more than you believe in you. And you gotta believe in yourself so much that it's almost like it looks crazy to other people, because before the success, you look crazy. You almost look like, why you so stuck on yourself? That's because you got a vision, you got a plan, you got a passion, and you're not gonna let nobody stop you from pursuing it.
Identify with what you love, and once you love it, hone in on that thing until you can master it to the point where people can identify that there's no questioning your love for it. That's the first thing. Once you love it to the point where your actions speak louder than anything you could say about how much you love it, that is always the root of whatever success is preordained or destined to come to you, no matter what it is that you choose to do. Because what is actually going to create the revenue is that you're not doing it from a place of trying to generate the revenue. You're going to do this shit regardless. So it's not about the money for you. You're fulfilling something in your soul, in your body. There's a feeling that even the money can't give you. There's people that have this money and they still can't find that feeling, man. And it's nothing like it. This is a feeling that really exists, bro. that can actually make you the happiest person in the world.
Jay-Z. As one of the rap industry's most iconic and legendary stars, Jay-Z has always been famous for his sharp business acumen and rare ability to build an empire.
There's a knowing in being an artist. There's a knowing. You can't guess. You can't think. There's a knowing. You have to know that even if it doesn't work today, tomorrow, right? So you have to have this knowing that, okay, it may not work today, it may not work tomorrow, but this is the right thing and this is what I'm doing and this is what's feeding me. So that would be the best advice that I can give you, that knowing, just believe in what you're doing. And if you don't believe in it, then you're not doing it. You haven't figured out the thing that you do best yet. When you feel it and when you know, no one can tell you. You only have to be right once.
With a net worth of $2.5 billion, pay attention to get advice from him.
You embody a business mogul, if there ever was one, whether it's the NBA, 40/40, brands around the globe, your own production company and label. What's your advice?
My advice is just do things that are true to you. Most things that I'm involved with are extension of being creative. Rockaway is a clothing company. It's part of who you are, and hip hop is your attitude and what you're trying to express, how you dress. I love sports growing up. I grew up in a household where sports was on 24/7. So these are things that are comfortable for me. These are things that I like. So I would just say get involved in things that you love, and also have a standard for yourself and have some sort of integrity and try to, find some sort of truth in what you're doing.
I love bad situations because it make me stronger. I like confrontation. I want to solve problems. You know what I'm saying? I like to test the limits of what I'm capable of. You know what I'm saying? No confrontation, you're weak. You can't trust nobody who don't admit when they're wrong. How can you trust that person? They don't admit when they're wrong, so that means they cool with you going in the wrong direction. Anytime I see anything that I want, and somebody get it, I gotta go hard. Failure can make it back into a corner and get depressed, or it can turn it up. Two different types of
Absolutely.
So you got, as men, you gotta pick which one they gonna be. Because pressure hits some, and what they do, they fold. And then pressure hits some, and what they do, they get strong.
When you got different options to go get it out here, this America. Like, America is opportunity. Like, you can, like I said, you can go from poor to rich here. Like, some countries you can't do that in. You can't do that. Like Iran, you might be poor for your whole life. You feel me? Like, the opportunities ain't over there like they is over here.
If you had $100 grand, right, and you had to make an investment, what would that be?
I would put some to the side, and then I would take the other half to live with, invest in, and be trying to flip that money. So I have half probably to the side, and then this other half I gotta be able to pay my bills with and triple my money. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so that half is to the side, and then this half is over here. And I might use 25 to try and get to 100. And then this other 25 is for whatever, you know what I'm saying? My living situation. Whatever I'm connected in or got some connections in, I'll be moving around in that, seeing how I can make some money, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you got to make the decision, like, am I going to get some real money, or am I going to be an online groupie who just talk about who get money? You feel me? So you got to make that decision, you know what I'm saying? You know what comes with this money. With this money comes comfortability. You know what don't come with money. With money comes struggling. Without money, with being broke, come a lot of struggle and a lot of pain. A lot of people who make good money got something called seeing around the corner, like I was telling y'all about. They kind of know when it's finna happen or what type of innovation finna come and shit like that, you feel me? So you kind of want to be on point with shit like that. You want to get your intuition together, you feel me?
Master P and Snoop Dogg. Up next, we have two of the greatest businessmen in the game. When they want to throw out free advice, you know it's definitely worth a listen.
We're going to stand up for our family. Whatever we got to do, we're going to let them know what they're dealing with. But we come in peace. A good soldier prepare for war in time of peace. That's y'all need to read the book, The Art of War.
Speak on it.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to understand. That's how life is. We always being prepared. They've been preparing their families for years. That's how they have money. That's how they build generational wealth. They pass it down. We don't have nothing. We go, oh yeah, well, what he did 20 years ago. People who mad at me that what I did 20 years ago, what would y'all be saying if I was dead or in prison? Y'all be, man, P, the dude, I used to take care of us. He did.
Right.
Think about it.
Right, but since you still here and you still having it, they looking at what they don't have as opposed to what
Well,
they
you ain't
did
do
wrong.
nothing to get it.
But you fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
You gave everybody the ball on the 20-yard line and showed us the end zone. Now, whether you went in that way or you ran the ball that way, or threw it sideways or gave it to somebody else, you gave us the ball on the 20-yard line. You didn't put us in the end zone, but you gave us a position to say, if you do the right things, you're going to get in that end zone, and I'm going to show you how to get in there every time.
Do not go into a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. If you go into a job loving it, being passionate about it, you're going to get everything you got coming out of it.
1, 2, 1, 2.
If you go into that job saying, I'm going to make a whole lot of money, this job's going to pay me this, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You have to love it first. And I felt like I've always loved rap more than I love money. I've always loved rap more than I love fame. I love rap more than I love anything.
As you grow, you lose certain homies because it's called closing the gap. This is the gap when we start. This is the gap as you grow. Notice how you grow and they don't. So how do you close the gap? You got to come back down. When you come back down, you lose. So you got to keep going up. That's why closing that gap got to be them catching up to you. And if they don't catch up, you got to leave them behind.
Rick Ross. Rick Ross is big on luxury, but did you know that beyond the mansions and Maybachs, he actually gives some real good financial advice?
Don't be scared to get to the money at all times. I went to sleep 3 a.m. I was back up at 6:30. Excited. No excuses. My bad. Yo, shut the fuck up and let's get to the money, man. The hardest lesson you gonna gain always is taking a loss. Once you take a loss, that's most definitely, but the experience, you gotta take it like a champion. Take the L like a champion. Take the loss like a champion. But you gotta hold your head up. Get back at it. And through those experiences, that's what made me who I am. I'm gonna state 5 important rules that apply to me because I believe everybody has their own silver lining. Well, for me, it's first and foremost desire. How much desire do you truly possess? I mean, you went to college, you got a master's degree. Does that make you successful? Desire, passion, lack of fear. You can't be scared to gamble on yourself. You gotta be willing to gamble. Can't be scared to throw the dice. Most times nobody else will bet on you. So you gotta bet on yourself. I try to learn something every day. Launching other streams of revenue, whether it's car shows, which is 7 figures before the event itself. Whether it's whatever it is, here we are, richer than we ever been.
I think we can all agree, he knows exactly what it takes to make it.
That's hating though, Ross. You would call that a hater now.
No, I ain't gonna call that a hater because I know the difference between a hater. A hater is with somebody that ain't even in the game. Who got something to say.
I got you.
A hater is somebody that don't do what you do every day, but wake up every day and speak about how you do what you do.
I get it.
Nah, that's a hater. If somebody at another radio station get up and watch your show every morning, that's studying. You consider that hating? Hating?
I get what you're saying.
Nah, that's just like Jay-Z. That's just like Big. That's just like Ice Cube. That's just like Jay Prince and Rap-A-Lot Records. I had to study them. I had to study Puff. I never hated on Puff. Those were some of the dudes, the first dudes to give me 7-figure checks here, boy. Much love, big homie. It's a rock, boy. Jay-Z. I studied them for years. It's never hating. Hating is when you're not even in the game. That's when you hating.
Drake. He's a master of the business game, a strategist who's carved his path to the top. In this clip, we hear him break down his formula for success.
I'm really self-conscious about my music. And even if I do a good job, I always wonder, how I could have done it better. I rarely celebrate anything. And just for anyone watching this that's wondering how this happened, that's really the answer. It's being so unsure how you're getting it done that you just kind of keep going in the hopes of figuring out the formula. Just feeling so lucky and blessed that the fear of losing it keeps you up at night.
It's no such thing as overnight nothing. There's no overnight shit. There ain't no overnight success, no overnight sensation. That shit don't exist. That thing that you're looking at that looks like an overnight success, it's not real. It's gonna go away real fucking fast because it ain't got no foundation to stand on. But this is why I say that. If you go directly from 0 to 100 with anything in life, what you're doing to yourself, you don't realize what you're doing, but you're doing it. What you're doing to yourself is you're robbing yourself of the journey. That's where all the magic is at, the experience of the fucking journey. That's where all the beautiful shit takes place. It's on the way there. It ain't when you get there, it's getting there. That's the beautiful part.
Uncomfortable moments, you find out a lot about yourself. And usually you find out that you're capable of rising to that bar that's set by that uncomfortable situation.
If this message applies to you, do not fucking quit. Whatever you do, don't stop. Don't do that. You'll regret that shit forever. Do not stop. This shit don't happen overnight. This shit is a step-by-step process, so you gotta put one foot in front of the other. That's how this shit works. That's how it goes. I don't give a f.
Nicki Minaj. In the world of hip-hop, there aren't as many successful female rappers like Nicki. So when it comes to business, she definitely knows a thing or two.
I knew that I wanted to be in charge. As a child, my mother didn't have a job where she was the boss. And I always looked at that and wished that she was the boss and that she did make her own rules. So from very early on, I felt like, you know what, whatever I do, one day, I want to be more in charge of my business. Two of the things that I wanted to leave behind was that I write my own raps. A man doesn't have to write down your thoughts. You're intelligent enough to write down your own thoughts. And number two, I would become a mogul.
It's Nicki Minaj, Dirty Money, holla at your girl.
One thing I learned along the way in business is the necessity for you to be unapologetic about asking for how much money you deserve. At a very early stage in my rap career, I was making 6 figures for shows. If I heard there was another rapper making that, I thought, you know what, I get out there and command a crowd. I get out there and make my fans happy. I want that too. And I think women have the tendency to feel that they shouldn't ask to be compensated as much as a man doing the same exact thing. If you know you're great at what you do, don't ever be ashamed to ask for the top dollar in your field.
50 Cent. Coming from a man who has turned many challenges into opportunities, we can surely take his advice to the bank.
The best advice was Robert. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Robert Greene. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power. He wrote 33 Strategies of War and Art of Seduction. He said everyone is not actually going to be prepared to take the time to actually utilize the information that's given to them. Like, if you pay attention and you actually keep whatever information is coming in front of you, that you choose what's valuable. But the things that you do hear that are valuable, if you make it your business to keep it, even if you have to write it down, so you have to say it to yourself or whatever, and you just keep, the person says something and you go, what did you just say? Hold on a second, put it on my phone. And hold on to it until it becomes a part of you in the way you actually would express yourself at different points. And then you develop a more advanced presentation, and I got that from Robert.
As you can see, these rappers are not just lyrical geniuses, but also masters of the business game, dropping gems on how to elevate your personal and financial growth. Their stories of perseverance, strategy, and self-belief show that success isn't just about talent. It's about having the mindset to build something greater. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or looking to take control of your future, their words offer real-world wisdom that can inspire us all to level up. So, take these lessons, apply them, and watch your hustle turn into an empire. Let us know in the comments what advice was the most powerful for you. Help us out by liking, sharing, and commenting. And subscribe to the channel for more of the best hip-hop content every week. Thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.